Hi, this is Stephanie, known as Watercolor Artiste, um, but more recently as midlifeartist.com. And I am excited to share uh, the fact that I got a new paint set. I'm actually pretty excited about this. In fact, I got it today. I haven't opened it yet. And I figured I'd try a live stream and unbox it live with everybody. I'm hoping that this is coming out. Uh, I never do well with live streams or videography of any kind. I've spent the last hour trying to figure it out with OBS Studio. Couldn't get it to work right. So I'm using Rumble Studio. YouTube Studio doesn't work for me. I get an error message that way. So this is the best way for me to do it for now until I figure it out. I need to spend like a whole day trying to just immerse myself in live streaming, testing, and all that. I've taken a few courses online, and I've taken notes, but I just don't have an intuitive sense about these things. So I'm just going to have to keep practicing. So bear with me. I apologize for any quality issues, any audio issues, any video issues, just issues in general. I apologize. I'm sorry. So now I'm going to open up, and I have a video camera on my cell phone that great to connect with OBS Studio, but I can't connect with uh, um, Rumble Studio, at least not that I know of. So I can't use my overhead camera. So I'm going to have to kind of just show everything to the camera. So I'm going to pay attention to cutting this box because I have to be careful. I am a klutz. So I'm going to pay attention to me cutting this box so I don't cut myself. And then we will open this up and see. I became aware of Blue Ridge oil paints out of Asheville, North Carolina, through another YouTube channel, Andrew Tischler. He's a big channel. Oh no, there's peanuts in this thing. It's going to get messy in here. So, in any case, I looked up Blue Ridge oil paints. Happy painting, Eric. Thank you, Eric, from Blue Ridge Oil Paints. I will. If you want to know what set I got the Andrew Tischler landscape set of oil paints. I watched his video on color theory. I'm very aware of color theory, having been formally trained as an artist. However, he taught me something new, and he used these oil paints to do it, and I was just floored. And so, hi, Lady Hamilton Art. Can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. I got to dump the peanuts. Oh, no. Half my paints went out. I got to pick them back up. Woohoo! Fun times. Yeah. I'm a klutz. What did I tell you? I'm going to make sure. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know how to get the chat window open. Anyhow, okay. So, and these are all individually wrapped. Let me open up one of these. Oh, good. Thank you. Magenta. Blue Ridge. Quinn Magenta. He handwrites on here. Wash thoroughly after handling. Keep out of reach of children. Well, shoot. I'm a child. It's 40 milligram oil paint tube. And this is one of the colors that he uses. When he went through his color theory video I watched the other day. He talked about the CMYK of printers, which is the magenta, the cyan, the yellow colors, and how printers can print all range of colors with just those minimal colors. And they've got this, was it cobalt teal? And I watched him mix that. Thank you, Lady Hamilton. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it so much. You're so sweet. And I waited to open up this box until this live stream. And I wish I could get the other camera to work, but I can't. So, Kremnitz White. It's Kremnitz White, he says, is more of or less opaque than titanium white. So if you want a more transparent white, this was the one to use. A lot of people apparently use zinc white, which, according to Andrew Tischler, from what he learned from somebody he had podcasted with, zinc white is no good. If you have zinc white, just know that it's not archival. And it can be prone to cracking, and your painting won't last as long if you use it. I don't know the chemistry behind that, but once Andrew Tischler learned that from whomever it was he was speaking to, excuse me for the popping sounds, he individually wrapped each tube so that they wouldn't burst. That's fantastic. Cobalt teal. Okay, so this is cobalt teal. Okay, and when I saw him mix this with the magenta, and the deep purple that came out of that was phenomenal. I was floored, and I'm like, I have got to try the color wheel with the CMYK for sure, just to convince my brain what color came out of it. I was just thoroughly impressed. And like I said, these paints are made, packaged, and shipped from Asheville, North Carolina. I've never used them, so I can't say how good or bad they are. I am impressed with what I see on Andrew Tischler's YouTube channel. And his landscapes are unbelievable and huge. Burnt umber deep. And this landscape set, I think, has, I forget how many colors. I've opened up 4. I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's it. Yeah. So I have 15 colors in this landscape set. 15 colors. So yeah, part of the CMYK is this cobalt teal and the magenta. And I'm trying to find the yellow that he used. But man, no, I've used that. I just saw your question, Lady Hamilton Art. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't. I've used oils. I didn't use them for a long time because I had learned back in college in the 1990s. Shh, don't tell anyone how old I am. And at university, and it was always turpentine and the chemicals and the smells, and then you have to figure out cadmium and lemon. There's the why. Okay. I had learned with all the chemicals and cleaning the brushes and all that, and I didn't want to be around that. I didn't want to have my hands in that, and I didn't want to have to dispose of all of that on a regular basis. I didn't have proper ventilation and what have you. But when I started to look into oil paints, recently, after, of course, coming out of my proverbial closet as an artist, okay, I looked up a lot of stuff online, and and I should use a knife, but I'll just end up cutting myself probably. And I found out you don't have to use chemicals. You don't have to use those. You can use, who was it? Alpay Effie is another artist I follow on YouTube. Alpay Effie, he's French, I think, or German. Well, he's over there anyway in Europe. And he talked about how he uses safflower oil for his brushes. He doesn't use any chemicals. And I watched another podcast of another artist who said, you don't have to use the chemicals. You can relatively use it safely. So I gave that a shot. And so now I'm painting with oils again. And yeah, I can see why your oils are your favorite, because they are fun. They're very buttery. They blend nice. Yeah, walnut oils, grape oil, linseed. I heard linseed yellows over time. I think walnut oil was better, but I'm not sure. I haven't tried baby oil, but is baby oil archival or something? I'm not sure. I'm not sure of all the nuanced chemistry of it, but I use safflower oil due to two different artists talking about it. Yeah, safflower oil. So I'm giving that a shot anyway. Clean your brushes with baby oil. Okay. All right. I have like one of those soap, the bar soaps that are made for cleaning brushes. I've been using that, and I've been very faithful about taking care of my brushes since getting back into it. I still have brushes from when I was in college. So yeah, it was scary for me for a long time. Transparent yellow oxide. Permanent crimson, I opened up. If I had known that these were all individually wrapped, maybe I would have opened these up ahead of time of the live stream. This is taking a lot of time. I didn't want to make this a long live stream. Clean with it only. Okay. Oh, the baby oil. Okay, I gotcha. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to have to buy some of that because I don't have that in my house. I haven't had that in my house in decades. Burnt sienna. Woohoo! These are nice, full tubes. I mean, I'm very, very happy with this purchase. I can't wait to try these out. And so the oil, to kind of expound on your question, and I hope I'm not stealing thunder from our podcast later in June. You can ask me about it then. No one's watching anyway. Well, I don't know. There's a couple people watching. Hey, if you're on the chat, say hello. Transparent red oxide. But yeah, like for instance, Hadassah here. This right here, this portion, I started off the background with acrylic, and Hadassah was blocked in with acrylic. But then I came in and did her in oil. I also did some oil up at the top and on this side in the dark space. So I did come back in with oils on her. I did the same thing with my cowboy, that the background was acrylic after I did the collage papers. And then my cowboy was oil painted on. So cadmium red light. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to try these. I want to do a landscape painting. I'm more in tune, as you can tell, I'm more in tune to portraiture. I really like to do portraits. Landscapes scare me a little bit, but I really want to try a landscape, and these seem to be the perfect paints to do it. Phthalo green, I don't know what BS means, but phthalo green, which I think is a very vibrant color due to the phthalo thing. Let's see here. So what are you working on, Lady Hamilton? You got anything going on? Here's ultramarine blue. You got anything going on for a painting or anything? Just curious, because you can see my, am I going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way. I get reversed. You can see my work in progress, which is my Hedy Lamarr. That is currently still just acrylic. I like to really lay it down with acrylic, but she is far from done. I drew in some jewels that come down on her forehead, but I got to paint those in. I don't know if you know, but Hedy Lamarr was the original model for Disney's Snow White. And in this hairdo that she has from the reference photo, there's a red ribbon on her hair that holds the jewels that hang on her forehead. And if you look at Snow White, she has a red ribbon that's a red bow. So there's no bow on this one, but there's just a hint of Snow White. She reminds me of Snow White when I look at pictures of her. So it makes sense. An abstract piece of lines and circles with mass. I just saw your response. So there must be a delay. So I apologize if I'm either behind or ahead. Titanium white. Now, titanium white, of course, if you already know, is more opaque as opposed to Kremnitz white. Kremnitz white is supposed to be more transparent. Again, based on what Andrew Tischler said about zinc white, I don't have any zinc white in oils, so I don't have to worry about that, but I do have zinc white in acrylic. So I probably will toss those suckers right on out and stick to titanium white or lead white or Kremnitz white. What's this one? Cobalt blue. So yeah. All right, I've got them all open. Let's see. I might have to tilt my camera or my laptop since I'm using my webcam. Look at this beautiful set. Holy cow. I gotta. There it is. See? Look how pretty those are. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah. Hedy Lamarr. I'd never heard of her. I was doing some research into lesser known historical figures online, and her name came up in a list along with several others. A lot of women are in them, which is great. I do want to do a lesser known historical figure that's a guy, but I'm being very picky about that. So, but yeah, Hedy Lamarr, not only was she beautiful, but she was apparently brilliant. Howard Hughes called her brilliant and had her head up his engineering team to get him a faster airplane, in which she did. And in the 1940s, that was just unheard of. And of course, the DOD, the Navy, totally blew her invention off until, of course, the patent expired. And then they took it. Surprise! And they haven't really changed their tactics. If you're one to watch the YouTube channel Y-Files, they did a recent video on patents. They didn't call it that. I forget what the title of their video was. I think it was one of the last 2 or 3 videos. Fascinating and scary at the same time, how many patents the U.S. government actually keeps from the public. It only gives to the military. The whole climate change thing is probably, well, not probably, is a misnomer if those patents weren't being hidden away by the U.S. government, supposedly, as alleged. I'm not surprised if it's true. Anyway, I'm not talking about that. But yeah, so I wonder if I can do this real quick. I got my palette, and I want to try the CMYK. So I think he used cadmium, lemon, cobalt, teal, and I can't say the full quinacridone magenta. I'm pretty sure those are the three that he used in the CMYK demonstration, but I just want to show it. And I can't, like I said, I don't have my overhead camera working. So boo. But yeah, I'm going to open up these puppies right now. Here, I'm going to open up my yellow. I'm so excited. I love getting new art toys. I don't know about you, but when you get something new, you just want to get going and start on it. And you don't know what to do yet. You just want to do something, right? So here we go. And here's a quinacridone. Quin's good. Quin magenta. There we go. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm going to try to angle the camera so you can see this when I do it live, because it just blew me away. This blew me away, and it actually caused me to get on the website and say, okay, I've got to try this. This is cobalt teal. Okay. Try not to put a whole bunch of color down because this is just a test. This is just a test of the emergency art paint set. This is only a test. All right. I need, bear with me. I wasn't planning on really doing this, but I have to. I mean, come on. Let's see. Safflower oil. All right. Here we go. I'm excited. This is me excited. Yeah, I'm a dork. My husband will tell you I'm a dork. But come on. You get a new toy, right? Just a little bit of safflower oil. Just enough to do this little test. Go. Get it. All right. Let's see if I can do this. All right. All right. There we go. I can angle that down. Look at that. All right. Let's see here. I'm not sure if I'm as good at this as Mr. Andrew Tischler, but so he did this where he look at that color. Look at that green. Look at that. I didn't do this as well as he did, but there you go. So you got this is cadmium lemon. This is the cobalt teal. You can see if you wanted to go, look how rich. Oh, these feel so buttery. Oh my gosh. Now I'm going to have to try to figure out something to paint with. But okay, so there's that. This though is what's going to be interesting. I'm going to do the yellow to red first. Sorry about all the shaking. I'm not as good as you, Lady Hamilton. I'm not good at this whole videography thing. Let's see here. One of these days, I might get good enough to actually be worth watching. All right, so here we go. All right, so look at that. Look at that orange to the yellow. Look how rich that color is. Look at that. Is that beautiful? That's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And it feels amazing. If you love the feel of oil paints, then you're going to love how these feel. And the fact of the matter is, these paints are made, packaged, and shipped out of Asheville, North Carolina. Nothing in China here. This is US made. Okay, this is what I wanted to show right here, the purple, because this is what flipped me out when I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, look at that. These are probably placed too far apart, but look at this purple. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And I just couldn't believe how dark a purple you could get with what looked like a very light blue. But look at these colors. Look at that range. Oh my gosh. I love, love, love this. So this is like the CMYK color wheel. And if you do the standard blue, like I don't know, either ultramarine blue or cobalt blue to these, this actually gets more muddy purple as opposed to using the cobalt teal. And so, and he did that. He showed that on that channel, on that particular video. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was real time. It was actually very awesome. And I loved watching it. And like I said, my mind was blown. So I'm very familiar with color theory. But I had never worked with cobalt teal. Oh my goodness. What happened to my lighting? There we go. I think my camera was adjusting. But yeah, so now I got the paints. Now I got to do something with them. You know, it's a new toy. You know, so yeah, I wasn't planning on using oils with Hedy Lamarr. I'm still not going to color her in. I have a vision of that one. So I'm going to have to maybe do a small something with these just to play around with them to scratch that edge, if you know what I mean. But yeah, these are great. I'm so looking forward to using these. I just got to find something to paint with them that wouldn't waste them. You know, now that I got this, this was not a cheap set, but this was a lot of oil paint, good quality US made oil paint. Feels amazing on the brush. And great color. I'm excited. I just don't want to waste them at all. You know, like now I got this paint on the palette just from this little exercise, and it's like, I can't waste this either. So it's like, maybe I need to find me a small little canvas and just muck around with it somehow. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some abstract thing, although I'm not very good with abstract. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's my unboxing of the Blue Ridge oil colors. Let's see here. There you go. Blue Ridge oil colors. And he hand writes, I guess, right on these. And again, Asheville, North Carolina. So yeah. There's that. The other thing I wanted to mention before I shut down this live stream. Oh, I'm running right up against 30 minutes. That's good. I don't want to be super long here, but I worked on my website today. I was displeased. I mean, I got it up and running at the tail end of 2023. And then in the days leading up to January 1st, I needed to hurry up and get a shop open because I had an individual from Truth Social, thank you very much, you know who you are, buy one of my original watercolors for me, and I had to make sure he could buy it through a secure way. So I had to set up a shop. Of course, that required upgrading the website, which of course was an expense, or rather investment, if you will, into my whole art journey. And so now I got to find a way to make it pay off, or at least recover the costs. So I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to keep working on this stuff. And I'm excited, but I was unhappy with the quality of the website. It was, as you can tell, I wear glasses, and seeing up close is hard for me. That's why I wear glasses. And my own text was just too small. So I went and worked on the text size. I added some announcements, including my up and coming podcast with our own very weighty Hamilton Art, Headmaster's Homeroom. That's coming in early June. She'll announce it when she's ready. I'm excited to do that with her. So I don't want to give too much away with this live stream, but I do have that announcement on my website on the news and events tab. I also have the fact that I'll be displaying my sunflower, my gypsy beauty, and my wild horses artwork from late last year is going to be at the Harris Arts Center in Calhoun, Georgia, through from May 29th to July 19th. And so I'm excited for that. I get to drive those down tomorrow after work. I get to make an appearance at the artist reception in June. While I work feverishly on more paintings, I'm trying to get at least 6 new paintings done for submission to the Creative Arts Guild out of Dalton, Georgia. They do an arts festival every September, and you can apply. It's a juried application process. You can apply and submit up to 6 works of art for consideration in showing at their arts festival. Last year, I only had 3 good pieces to submit out of 6, so I had put them all in, and they got all accepted. I was grateful for that. And my best piece ended up closer to the floor under someone else's big piece, and it kind of got overshadowed. So I was a little upset by that, but at the same time, I'm like, who am I to be upset about that? I'm in my first ever showing, my first ever exhibition. I'm grateful. But I am doing bigger pieces this year, so that if my pieces end up closer to the floor, they're not going to be as overlooked. So we'll see. But Hadassah is going to be in it, and I'm going to get Hedy Lamarr finished. My cowboy's going. I don't want to put in my art therapy piece because that's more personal. And everything that you submit to the arts festival through for September has to be for sale. I'm okay with selling artwork, but not something I've done for personal reasons. If I end up putting that in the arts festival submission group, it's going to be priced pretty high, that someone would have to really love it to buy it. And unfortunately, I do need a secondary income, so I don't really want to do it. So I'm trying to get up to 6 pieces outside of that one to submit, because the more pieces you can submit, the better chance you have of winning Best in Show, which is $1,000 prize. They have a set runners up, which is much, much less. But the fact of the matter is there's exposure at their reception, which is a big to do. And so it'll be fun. It'll be my second year. I'm very hopeful. I'm trying to build up a body of work. I'm trying to keep up with the website. I'm trying to do content with videos and things like that. And I'm a one-woman show. And I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you tuned in, especially you, Lady Hamilton, and for joining me with the chat and sharing in my excitement of my new paint set toy. I can't wait to share a decent painting with you done with these paintings. And of course, my go-to is Truth Social's Artist Corner group. I'm always posting there. And that's where I will post first and foremost, like I do with everything. I post there before I post anywhere else, even to my own website. I'll post to Truth Social Artist Corner first. It's just a great group. I'm grateful for it. So yeah, if you're watching from the group, you know who you are. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream here. And I'm grateful that you tuned in. I don't do these too often, but I look forward to talking with you when I'm talking with Lady Hamilton Art in early June. Here's looking at you.